Welcome to the library module in week 3. As a reminder, I'm Christina Hillman, and I'm the Assessment and Online Program Librarian at Lavery Library, and I'm also your course librarian. The role I play as online program librarian is a little different from the traditional online or distant librarians at other colleges. As many of you may know, every major has its own liaison librarian, and the relationships each librarian has built with their faculty is important to us. So we are continuing this model for online courses. With this said, my role is to work with liaison librarians to move their library instruction online. Together, we look at the learning outcomes needed for a library session and overall course learning outcomes, and from there, we see what is already available and can be easily repurposed for their needs and your course needs. And we also develop new content when we have doesn't fit the learning objectives. I also troubleshoot with the librarians on technology and Blackboard related questions or concerns. This often then leads to collaborations with Katie in her office. There are also many times when the liaison librarian, course faculty, Katie, and I collaborate to develop library related instruction opportunities. These collaborations are key to success. Lastly, I help to create, organize, and maintain the digital learning objects we've all carefully built over the last few years. Many of these digital learning objects have taken the form of video tutorials, which are found from the library's homepage and can be embedded into Blackboard courses. The selection of videos on the library's website are aimed at common research questions and library instruction sessions, which can be adapted for most subjects. But we also offer customized videos for databases in courses which need subject-specific instruction. There's also an extensive list of research guides created by librarians for a variety of subjects at the college. These are great resources for discipline-specific information and are easily customizable for courses and programs. Since we began, the number of librarians working with online and hybrid courses has increased dramatically. I want to share a few of our successful online and hybrid instruction collaborations, both well-established collaborations and newly formed. The first success is with the School of Education's online capstone course in literacy. Back when this course moved online, the course instructor, Dr. Joellen Maples, knew she wanted to bring her librarian with her online. This collaboration started all the way back in 2013. And while the library content has been updated over the years, the collaboration has faithfully continued and grown to include capstone courses in the inclusive education programs. Currently, Stacia Mairani works with the capstone students in week 2, where they watch a series of short video tutorials prepping them to begin their literature review search. Each student is also required to pass a quiz after watching these videos and meet with Stacia in Zoom to discuss their literature search. It's an intense week of library instruction for these students, and while Stacia will remain in the course, students aren't required to complete any further library instruction after week 2. Another success is the work Michelle Price has been doing with the RN to BSN program, and more recently, the Summer Scholars in hybrid classes. She uses a variety of instructional techniques with students online, including self-paced learning modules with videos and quizzes to teach the ins and outs of databases, weekly discussion boards where she is able to offer guidance to students during tough research assignments or push students to the next level of research. An example of a librarian working with a hybrid class happened spring in 2021 when Mia Breitkopf was asked to provide library instruction for an MBA course Dave Kunch was teaching. Since the course was hybrid and Mia wasn't going to be able to lead an in-person session, she created a custom research guide for students to refer to throughout the course. And because the instructor added her into his Blackboard course, as a librarian, she was able to post information about that custom guide as well as her contact information for one-on-one consultations. So with all these success stories, you may wonder how much your librarian will be or could be involved with your course. Well, that's really up to you and your librarian and will largely depend on your specific course goals and assignments. But once you have decided on their level of involvement, you can add them to your Blackboard course as a librarian. This allows students to differentiate between the course instructor and the librarian. It also gives the librarian the ability to create and customize learning modules based on the course goals and library instruction outcomes, add graded or non-graded assessments, and participate in discussion boards. There are a few things I'm asking of you this week. The first is to read the FAQ for online teaching page in our copyright guide. Look at the available video tutorials and research guides linked below, and come to the Zoom session with questions for the librarians about anything you learned during the module.